Hello, my name is Pew Pew Choo Choo, and welcome back to another combat mission Fortress Italy AAR. This time we'll be looking at one of the pre-made scenarios found inside the Gustav line module. Our objective for the day is to take our assault guns and infantry to assault a American-held crossroads location. It is believed that they have Rangers and Sherman tanks as well as air support available. Just as soon as the battle starts off, we begin to start locating enemies on this relatively small map. Our heavy assault guns take fire from a few small arms, and we have located the first Sherman tank. Our assault guns open up, however they do not hit the tank, seeing as how their large cannons aren't exactly made to take on armored vehicles. And notably, there is a single AA emplacement somewhere on this map, firing down upon my assault guns. Our plan is fairly simple for this map, as the briefing tells us. The bulk of our action should just be scouting along with our infantry and letting the heavy assault guns who do the majority of the work. I'm going to try to see if I can demolish the majority of the buildings on this map with these heavy assault guns. They have more than enough ammunition to essentially level this little village. So we're just going to try to demolish everything that we cannot engage in close quarters combat. One of the problems that arises is that these heavy assault guns, they do not have very good optics, and the fact that the enemy has this AA emplacement makes the tanks susceptible to small arms, or rather close quarters assaults made by infantry, simply because I fear that the AA emplacement will knock out their optics. We were able to score two very lucky shots, one on one particular Sherman tank and another one landing directly on top of the AA emplacement. As you can see here, the AA emplacement, while it does not penetrate the armor of our assault guns, it does make spotting a very difficult task for the tanks. Shortly after the American planes arrive onto the battlefield, one of the things that I need to do immediately is to get my infantry off of those armored vehicles. Right now, we have a little tidy group of infantry cluttered around one of our assault guns. I'm going to have to get them to run out near the American lines as fast as possible. If those close air support vehicles, or rather planes, dropped bombs on these assault guns, then all of our infantry around them would be at risk. I'd much rather take one or two losses from a machine gun than lose the entire platoon due to two bombs. It would seem as though the Allied aircraft have finished their strafing runs, and now we are able to move up. On the right flank of the battlefield, I move up my infantry to determine whether or not the AA gun has been eliminated and whether or not we can move from that general direction to flank the village. This map doesn't offer very good routes of advance for infantry, although the middle of the map is concealed with many trees and what appears to be a orchard or forest. It does not provide a lot of cover, and it is actually directly facing the enemies as emplacements. Instead, I feel like using this side route should be better, although our infantry will be exposed. However, they do have the support of direct fire by one of these assault guns. That's not to say that we can't advance up the middle here as well. One of the big portions of our plan is, after all, to find the enemy with our infantry and then bombard them with our assault guns from the rear. Well, it would seem as the first building has collapsed. A little while later on, the Allied fighter craft seemed to have reappeared, though I don't believe they scored any hits on our troops. It looks like one of the Shermans has positioned itself in a position covering the main road. One of the problems of these AT or assault guns is that because of their main cannon firing a very heavy round, and the fact that they don't have a lot of anti-tank ammunition, we will have to essentially find either another way to destroy this Sherman tank, or to immobilize it, or rather disable it through heavy use of heavy explosive shells. It's positioned in a location where I can't get flanking shots off of the tanks covering the main road, and the tanks on the main road are rather exposed to the tank. At these close ranges, even the heavy frontal armor of these very heavy assault guns probably couldn't withstand very many direct hits from that Sherman. Ultimately, our assault guns have to pull back, and our advance will have to come from the side from the looks of it. There appears to be quite a lot of infantry garrisoned up inside the various buildings of the town. I'm just going to get my 8 assault guns to essentially demolish every single building that has enemy infantry in, for the sake of sparing our troops the time committed and the lives committed to assaulting these buildings with infantry individually. In the end, after the Americans lost their second Sherman, they surrendered soon after. Because of our overwhelming firepower, we were able to kill 90 of their men out of the 150 some available there, while just only losing 13 of our own. At the end, the front-facing section of the village was actually just devastated. There were sections of the village just essentially collapsed. This is Pew Pew Choo Choo. I hope you guys enjoyed this AAR. Be sure to like and subscribe for more as always. I'll see you guys next time where we cover maybe another scenario.